What was we saying we was gonna talk about? We was gonna open up with. We was gonna open up with what?
Oh, BBLs.
Coffee and condoms.
So passive, woke up the masses. That I was roused, they put on their glasses. That I was gone, today reread the tablet. I am just a human doing shit you can't fathom.
Podcast with me, your host, Scooter, aka the Funky Grandpa. This is Coffee and Condoms, and you are tuning into the newest podcast going down. It's bananas. I am your host, the Funky Grandpa, aka Scooter.
Yeah, this is Coffee and Condoms. We in the building. Last week it was just me and the queen herself. This week it is just me and the man, the myth, my brother.
What's happening, man? It's your boy J.Will. I'm back on the couch, man. I know you miss me. But I'm back in the gang. Let's get it.
And here we is. So we're going to open up with this. What the fuck is going on with people, specifically people that lose weight and then want to get new? Specifically ladies, though, right? What is up? Like, tell me I'm not the only one seeing this. You see this shit, J.Will.
I'm going to be honest. If you was a honey bun back, man, they make you sweet before you lost the weight. You probably just a bitter bitch because you lost the weight. That's just me, man. But I've been fat a long time, and I feel I have the right to speak on all us big back people. But here's the problem with it, man. Losing the weight, if you had a shitty attitude before you lost the weight, you probably going to have a shitty attitude after the weight.
Facts.
Don't let losing the weight get you your confidence, and now you just being a shitty person.
And that's what kills me, though, because I know a lot of joints out there right now that is in this I'm lose weight. Like, today's society, there is no more big girl.
Nah.
Right? Now, all you got to do is have the confidence. But doesn't matter if you don't even got to lose your stomach no more.
But is the confidence real? Because, like, again, man, so here's my thing. When you were big and the society was saying that you were big and it was okay for us to ridicule you for being big.
Right.
Because I grew up in the South.
Yes.
If you was the big dude with no neck and you breathe heavy, everybody on the bus talked about you.
Yes.
You just had to ride the bus either in silence or you had to be able to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Either be verbally or physically.
True.
But 9 times out of 10, the big person when we were younger got smaller when they were older, and they couldn't wait to come back to rub it in our face. Ooh, you called me fat and now you want me.
Right.
I didn't want you when you was fat, and I don't want you when you skinny. So I wasn't the one that you was trying to get back at.
Okay.
But I was the one that probably ridiculed you the most. I'm looking at today's society, and now you don't lose weight because, like, it used to be for health issues.
Right.
Man, okay, I'm losing weight because I can't breathe good, or I'm losing weight because I'm tired of being. Now you taking Ozempic, so you basically doing some old fugazi shit, or you go do the suction and
you
seal
taking
your
the easy way out.
Man, you take the quickest way to get rid of the weight, but you didn't go through the trials and tribulations, man.
And the crazy part is Ozempic ain't even for that.
No, but they didn't found a way to use it, and now it's a quick, fast way.
It's crazy.
But that's the shit that I'm talking about, because now when you a shitty person and you now have the body that you desired, now you the shitty person and you smaller. But
a lot of y'all shitty and fine.
Man.
A lot of y'all shitty and fine, real talk. And I'm going to put it out there.
But the fine chicks I knew were shitty most of the time by attitude, but that was the reason why you gave them the pass, because they were fine.
Right.
Now I got fat chicks who are now slim, and you weren't fine when you were fat. You didn't become fine because you became skinny.
It's crazy because now all you need is butt and booty, right? Like, as long as she keep this thin, this flat, or flat enough, they don't even look at you as fat no more.
So let me ask you a question.
All right.
Because I have this debate with people all the time. I got a friend. She was heavy set. She lost a lot of weight, but when she lost the weight, you know how that saggy skin part comes first.
Yeah.
It took some years for that to go away.
Right.
Then when she finally grew into the body that she had got skinny for, there was no curves. So she went out and bought the ass and bought the titties and did all of the shit to make it all puff back out.
Right.
But then, check, Father Time kicked in. Now the weight's coming back and you got this outlandishly big ass that wasn't for you in the first place. You'd have put in there. So my question
Boobs
is,
choking you out.
man, my question for you is, do you believe that the BBL is something that makes a woman better or worse?
I think the BBL.
Honest opinion, though.
Honest opinion. I think the BBL is something that makes the woman Barbie officially plastic. Like for real. Like that's how I feel. Like, okay, let me be clear. Because I have messed with women who have had hold on, cut this off real quick. I don't know, my joint is not.
Ain't nobody supposed to be calling you, man.
I don't know. Like usually my shit is on silent. I don't know what that is right there.
Tell your
Can you make
cousin to
that
call
work?
you back later. He just wanted to borrow $5.
I don't know what that was. My bad. Excuse me. So usually I've messed with chicks that have had fake boobs, right? I understand some women who end up having children,
Right.
And their boobs get saggy and get that little flat raisiny little thing happening. I get it, right? They get that little wrinkly titty,
Yeah,
like
that
right
wrinkly
across
titty.
the nipple, right?
I
You know
love the
what
wrinkly titty.
Yeah, you know, and it look like a deflated balloon, right?
I wanted like 4 elbows when
So
you take the shirt off.
I get when they want to get a boob job. That makes sense. I don't get the women who have had ass and now white women have realized, well, look, I'm going to go to the gym and build my ass. And not all. Some of them are getting their shit fake too. But now the sisters that had ass feel like they got to compete with the white girls who's hitting the gym. So now they're going to get more shit added to their ass. I think that's ridiculous.
I'm a natural body guy. You got stretch marks,
I
I'm
am.
for it. You've been through hell, fire, and brimstone. Bitch, that means you had a past and you got some character to yourself. I don't like all that fake shit. And
Now,
the reason
I am a natural body over a fake body dude. I'm just saying
body.
I understand why some women get the boobs.
Again, if I like you, 9
Right.
times 10, I am already physically attracted to what I have seen as it is. Because, again, we weren't naked in front of each other. You had clothes on.
Right.
If you take off your bra and you now got 4 elbows just flying around, I'm going to shake the hand without the nipples. That's how I feel about it, man, and I'm with it.
Hey.
But I'm not for all that. You pull your shirt off and these things are sitting up here. Then you lay down and they don't even move. They just still sit right there.
I like a confident woman, right? To me, if I'm attracted to you, big or small,
Right.
it is your confidence. Because here's the truth. If you a big lady and I saw you, you was big when I saw you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I was like, she gonna come out them clothes and all of a sudden she not gonna have
35,
stretch marks.
45, 65, 75 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
You out here kind of pear shape, and all of a sudden you get naked and I expect you to be shaped like the number 8. That's just not gonna happen.
I just remember there was a time frame where, man, if you were confident, it was from whatever you were, not what you tried to become confident.
Word.
I don't like false confidence.
Not at all.
It's like performing, man. If you know you nice, when you get on the stage, man, you know you nice. You gonna deliver because you already know you nice.
Right.
I'm just not nice because I'm in this room or I'm nice because I'm in it. And ladies, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't really care what, truthfully, like if that's what you want to do, you need to lose weight. That's the choice you make, go for it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But I'm not saying, what I am saying is don't do anything for the purpose of what other people are going to think. Because you're going to end up wasting your time and your energy because people ain't paying attention.
I'll tell you what's bad right now, right? And this is this is not even spending the money on the physical aesthetics as much as, because I'm on the dating sites, right? And at my age, when you be on the dating sites, man, women, they put on, it used to be, okay, she got on a bunch of makeup. Now it's makeup and the filter. So now you get a joint, you get a whole picture, you see her in person, she done removed all the age lines and wrinkles, and then you see her in person, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, she looked like the Crypt Keeper over here, but over here, she was like, she had the skin of a unicorn. That shit is all smooth and shit. Like,
that
come
dating
on.
pool, they pee in that pool. That pool nasty, man. I'm never
my
gonna get
God,
back.
it be pissing me
I'm happily
off.
married. I will stay. Look, my wife want to leave me. We go together.
And here's what pisses me off, because I don't think fellas use filters.
No, well,
I mean,
no.
I don't know. I can't speak. I can't.
You may not use them, but
I'm not posting a picture with a filter of me as a
I'm
dude.
not
That's
gonna-
like putting makeup on.
But that's the old way of, remember, you used to put your muscular body picture up there. You didn't put your drinking body picture up there. You would put when I actually did the push up.
Nah, I kept my motherfucking shirt on, nigga, because I really wasn't built like motherfucking. You know what I mean? I kind of always had I kind of always look like a little Ethiopian kid.
I still kept the pictures when I had a six pack.
Yeah,
I mean, I got a keg now, but I still got those pictures.
Ethiopian built. I always kind of had the slim and a little pop belly. I always kind of had to look like I was hungry, but not hungry.
About
You know
59
what I
cents a
mean?
week might offend you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I always had that look. So, You know, I wasn't running around with my shirt off.
No, I was a man. When I came out of basic training, you couldn't have painted a shirt on me, sir. I
Yeah.
gained weight and got big at the same time. Ooh, man, look here. I was walking around like a brick shit house in my eyes. Well, the Hulk had nothing on me. Hulk Hogan had what, 24-inch python?
Yeah.
I'd have whooped your big ass. Kill right over here.
That motherfucker, hey, I can see it now. J.Will probably didn't own no
Nope.
shirts.
Man, everything was a tank top. I wore basketball jerseys for 3 years straight. I didn't have a team. It was just because it was built like a tank top, sir.
He bought the FUBU joints that had the 0 on them just
Man, it was in Burlington Coat Factory faithfully.
Oh, my
red, blue, and
gosh.
gray. Red, green, and blue. Purple.
Because them joints hung, they hung in between.
Man, they was attached up.
They was the Terry Crews wife beaters.
Hey, man, when 50 came out, I had the G-Unit tank tops on deck.
Oh,
Because
my
I was
gosh.
buff. But like I tell people, man, when you relax, everything that was in the living room will move to the den.
Facts.
Once I got married, man,
Facts.
like working out was, I put myself through pain to look good for what? Once I got married, my wife accepted me as is, so I let go. But I didn't lose the ability to still work out. Like, if I got to defend myself or fight, I'm still in fight shape.
Yeah.
If I got to chase you to get my shit back, I ain't going to want to. But if I have to, when I catch you,
I like that. He said, I'm still in fighting shape. I am still in kick you in the ding ding shape.
Man,
understand?
look,
Run up.
you are not going to grab me and I'm too pudgy to wrestle with you. But now, do I want to? Like I tell people, you see my bicep, he a little flabby, but look at his trigger finger, fellas. I need you to see him. He
Just
diesel.
exercising this
Yes, sir,
here.
it's swole.
Ooh, yeah. The trigger finger.
Man, but that's because,
I almost died.
like, man, you went hard for that one, though.
I used to do dope macho
Hey,
man.
man, but I think that was everybody's impersonation.
You know?
Everybody did a macho man. in their life.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Hold on, let's talk about this. Classic wrestlers. Let me ask you a question. We just gonna go out here. This is
Man,
for
we
y'all.
just kicking it.
Here's my lineup of greatest wrestlers of all time. And I look at wrestling, just like I always say, I'm a hip-hop head. I look at wrestling the same way I look at hip-hop, right? You kind of got the same type of ranking. So if y'all see what I'm talking about.
Let's get it.
Greatest wrestler of all time has to be The Rock. And here's why. One, Rock did what everyone, he is the Jay-Z of wrestling. He started out as a nobody, worked his way all the way up, heel, good guy, bad guy, tag team, everything, dominated, catchphrases, all that, transitions into movies, and did it well. Because that was always the goal, believe it or not, of wrestling.
Right.
Right,
Get
to
to
transition.
TV.
Hulk Hogan did it first, but he just wasn't really successful.
But his movies weren't like The Rock.
Right, exactly. Rock
Rock's got box
transitioned
office.
well. You know what I'm saying? And still comes back to WWF. To me, there is no wrestler bigger or greater than Dwayne Rock Johnson.
See, for
you
me,
just can't.
the greatest wrestler of all times to me is Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about your pick. I'm talking about an
As a
overall
whole,
pick.
no, see,
right?
I can't-
I mean, my favorite wrestlers is Jake the Snake.
See, I can't
But
say
we talking- you
overall
can't
because
but
there's
you
been
can't-
bits and pieces of where
But you can't
Rock
deny
was
the Rock's right.
I like
right.
the rise, and I get where you're coming from with
Right.
it. But I just can't do that, man, because as a wrestling fan, there's been genres of wrestling.
There's folks that don't know who Dusty Rhodes is.
See, and
There's
again-
nobody who don't know who The Rock is.
That's because if you look now, The Rock is the. But see, what
But
people don't.
everybody, I mean, there's nobody from The Rock's beginning to now. There's nobody that you can say Rock, Dwayne Rock Johnson, and nobody
See,
gonna be like,
if I
huh?
gotta go, if we gonna
You
do,
say Dusty Rhodes,
if
some
we doing
cats
it
gonna be
that way,
like,
we're not doing our favorite wrestler. We doing it that way.
Yeah.
Man, ain't nobody beating the Nature Boy, man. Stop that.
Stop.
Ric
Stop.
Flair is that dude.
Stop. Rock is bigger than Ric Flair.
The
Ric
Rock,
Flair.
the
Ric
Rock
Flair
is
movies-
copying anything.
I'm
anything
not,
that The Rock
I'm not
does
arguing that.
is
I'm
really
not
gonna be
arguing
what
that.
Ric Flair
I
did
mean, let's
first.
be real. In the two federations, it was Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. To me, they the modern day Rock and Stone Cold.
But
right?
that's
Hulk
what-
Hogan was bigger
But that's
name-wise
the
than Ric
reason
Flair.
why there's a Rock in a Stone Cold, because there was a Ric Flair.
So
who-
that, yeah,
if
no
you put a
argument,
mic
no
in
argument.
Ric Flair's
No
mouth,
arguments.
Ric Flair could get you and.
Yeah, but Ric Flair never got past wrestling. His career never blew into. I mean, he had like
that's
Hulk
what
Hogan.
made Ric
He
Flair
had a
so
movie
much
here. He
nice.
had a movie there.
Ric Flair is that dude when he walks in. It doesn't matter if it's movies. If you got Ric Flair
Yeah,
in
you
it,
know
you
Flair.
know who Flair is.
You know
Why?
Flair.
Because Ric Flair dominated wrestling.
Ric Flair,
He's
because
the
he had
mic
the
piece
most
of wrestling.
catchy catchphrase
Man.
in the history of. Whoa!
That man was 79 and still
Is that-
taking his shirt
yo.
off and stripping in the ring and hit you with the woo and the
Yeah.
strut.
They
His
made a
hair
rap
felt-
song
Man,
about
Ric
Ric
Flair is
Flair.
that guy.
They made a rap song about Rick. Some weak. I don't even like the new dudes, but that Ric Flair song was hot.
Now,
I ain't gonna lie.
If you talking about that dude, that's that.
Yeah. To me,
Top
Ric
tier,
Flair was
that's
a
Ric
Stone
Flair.
Cold. Hey, Rock to me went under the resume of Hulk Hogan, right? And to me, Stone Cold went under the resume of Ric Flair. Like both big names, but these cats were dominant.
But see, if you,
on that
when you
level.
look at that, that's because that era was on TV. That's why I say Ric Flair. Ric
Ric
Flair was,
Flair
that
was
dude.
on TV.
No, WCW was regional when he first started.
It was on TV. I watched
Ric Flair was going in Japan. He was going all over
I
as
watched
just Ric Flair.
WCW.
The Rock couldn't have did what Ric Flair did for wrestling. The Rock got that format because Ric Flair never
The
did
Rock,
that.
nah, he could have.
Man,
He could have.
TV is how you know The Rock.
TV,
Rock was
how I
on-
know Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, I know Ric Flair from going to a fair and walking out there going, man, that is
Right,
the coldest
because
white
wrestling
boy ever.
started down south. It
Exactly.
came out of Florida.
But if they had TV like they got TV
But
now,
I know Ric Flair, and I'm older than you, and I know Ric Flair from TV.
See,
And Ric Flair
yeah.
was in the 70s. Ric Flair was on TV, my guy.
Ric Flair was everywhere.
Ric Flair was there, but Ric Flair was never bigger than Hulk Hogan. Never.
that depends on if you're a
No,
real
that's
wrestling
facts.
fan.
That's wrestling.
Hulk Hogan is
wrestling
faker than the
facts.
$4 bill.
That, I'm not talking about
Like,
his
even
fakes.
in
I'm
wrestling,
talking about
they
the
know Hulk
facts.
Hogan had
Fact
2
is,
moves.
Hulk Hogan was not. I'm not talking about
The
his
Rock
moves.
only
I'm not-
benefited
I'm talking
from
about
a person like Ric
popularity.
Flair going
the
out
fact of
there,
the matter
man.
is, Hulk Hogan was always more popular than Ric Flair. Ric Flair had, it was like arguing Big Daddy Kane to Rakim. Ric Flair had the street. He had the wrestling.
If you are a wrestling fan,
those
you
guys.
are a Ric Flair guy.
Hulk Hogan had the
If
wrestling
you like
fans,
that bubblegum
and
pop,
then
you do
the
Hulk
women who
Hogan.
just thought he was attractive and all that other shit. I remember my mama loving Hulk Hogan. She never watched wrestling, but loved Hulk Hogan. And I was like, damn, how the hell she even like this cat? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Flair
it's
wasn't
TV.
big. I'm just saying Flair wasn't Hulk Hogan big.
Ric Flair is that dude.
He was the Hulk Hogan of WCW. Yes.
He is the god of wrestling.
but he
any
was- yes.
branch, anywhere
But he
in the
wasn't bigger than
world.
Hulk Hogan.
I beg to differ.
He
sir.
wasn't. He wasn't.
If we-
You can look up the facts, my
Nope.
guy. You
See,
can look
again,
up the facts and the stats.
When you start talking basketball, if you ask a young kid anything about basketball, they can only go back to what they remember seeing. When we heard about basketball players, even though we were watching Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch Dr. J play, but I knew who
I
Dr.
did.
J was. Why? Because people talked about him.
Yeah.
See, like with Hulk Hogan, TV made Hulk Hogan that dude.
No,
But
Hulk
if
Hogan
you
was
in
huge.
wrestling, and you talk
In
to real
wrestling.
wrestling fanatics, and you talk to wrestling.
I'm a wrestling fanatic. And
No,
I
because you
am
said some
telling
dumb
you,
shit, so I can't believe you.
I am telling you.
You are a dude that
I am
watch
telling
wrestling.
I
You
watch
can't tell me
wrestling.
different.
I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling
And
fanatic.
again, there's dumb shit that came out your mouth was Hulk Hogan is bigger than Ric Flair. When Ric Flair built
That's
wrestling.
a fact. He didn't, though.
Terry
He
Hogan will
didn't.
tell you
He
that Ric
didn't.
Flair's that dude.
That's because they give props to each other. But if you really want to talk about your facts, young boy, since we talking, let me pull the
You
old
and I
man
both
card.
know
Let
you
me
only
pull-
older in
let-
age.
let
I
me
probably
pull-
still know
let me-
more shit than you.
No,
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
No. Where you get that
We
from?
recording this.
Where you get that from?
We recording
this nigga
this.
said he probably still know more shit than me. Not on your best day, my nigga. Not when it comes to wrestling.
Because you
might
talk
know
loud
some more
don't
shit
mean
about
you
eating
right.
Pies.
Just I want you to understand that. Just because you talk loud don't make you right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is how I talk. It has nothing about me being loud. This is my passion, nigga. Just because I'm loud don't mean I'm wrong neither,
passionately
nigga.
wrong. It's
don't
all
mean
right.
I'm wrong. And here's the facts. And you can look this up. Factual. And
You gonna stop clapping at me, though.
And WCW.
You either gonna put your
Ric
damn
Flair,
hands in your pocket, but you
and
gonna stop clapping at me.
And what, nigga? It's church.
Either
nigga.
you a bad bitch or you gonna stop
And
clapping at me. Which one is it?
WCW, Ric Flair, yes, was the biggest name there. Hulk Hogan, yes, was the biggest name in WWF.
Ric Flair is
when you lay them
worldwide.
against, when you lay them
New
against each
Japan
other,
Wrestling.
when you lay them
Canada,
against each
the
other,
Hart Foundation.
it is Ric Flair.
All of them
Hulk
dudes
Hogan.
will tell you, man, and they have all
It is
stated
Hulk Hogan.
Ric Flair.
And Ric Flair has said it about Hulk Hogan, and you can look at the videos.
Ric Flair made
Ric
Ric
Flair
Flair
has said it
made
about
wrestling
Hulk
what
Hogan.
wrestling is.
Ric Flair has said it about Hulk
Anybody
Hogan.
you see interviewing,
Listen,
when you see them
check
come out
the
with robes,
WWF
when you see them get out with their
facts.
brand new suits on,
They
that
all
is Ric
say it.
Flair,
They
sir.
all say it. Hulk Hogan brought fandom to wrestling. Period. And
Nope.
you can check it
Vince
out.
McMahon
you can
brought
look at
them
the
to
facts.
TV.
You can look whatever.
That's all it
We're
was.
talking about who's bigger.
Man.
And Hulk Hogan was bigger.
Ric Flair.
That's a fact.
And I ain't
That's
about
a
to change my
fact.
opinion because
That's
you
right.
yell,
Give
because
me
you
what?
clap.
Okay, give me what fact you going off of.
I ain't got to go off no fact.
Boom.
I got you
There's
this riled
the
up
end of
off
that.
of what I
There's
just
the
said.
end of that right there.
Your
I'm
opinion
speaking
is not
factual.
greater than my
No,
opinion.
I'm not speaking opinion. I'm speaking factual. There are videos, there are interviews,
Bruh,
and they all
Do you
talk
not
about
understand that if I go and
And they all
Google
talk
what
about
I
it.
want, I'm going to find videos that
I
support
got the
me
video.
just like you can do the exact same?
I'm not talking about Google.
That's what the internet is.
No, I'm not. Who said anything about the internet? Again, young boy. I'm
gonna
from
stop
the
calling
time.
me young boy. You about
I'm
6
from
days
the
older than me,
time.
sir.
I'm from the time. I got a VHS tape with the wrestling joint in my house. I don't gotta go to the internet. I got the VHS tape where they're talking about them and
I
who
love
was
when
greater.
this dude talk loud.
I got
He
the
really be
VHS.
believing
no,
he's right
it ain't
'cause he
loud
talk
about
loud.
being loud. It's loud about
His
facts.
hand gestures,
Now,
notice.
it's out about facts.
I ain't bit more moved any inch.
Like I said, I got a VHS
All that
tape.
yelling he doing for
ain't
nothing.
talking about the internet. I'm talking about I got a VHS.
You ain't gonna be
tape
able to air this
with the
goddamn
facts.
episode
That's
whatsoever
what
because
I'm
all he
saying.
done been doing is yelling.
Look, no, it ain't yelling.
I'm
It's
gonna have my
factual.
own opinion.
I'm very clear.
I don't give a fuck how loud
Yeah, I'm
you get.
very
You are
clear.
not
It
changing
don't
my opinion,
matter.
sir.
You
All
can
that
talk about the
clapping,
loudness.
man,
It
stop
doesn't
all
matter
that.
about the loudness.
You gave your
You know what I'm saying?
opinion. I gave
the
mine,
facts.
and you gonna tell me I gotta change
I gave
mine.
the facts.
You didn't give facts. You gave your opinion.
Facts. I'm telling
What
you.
are you reading right now?
I'm telling you
Nothing.
off the interview.
Off of whose interview?
The WWF, they have a whole interview with WWF with Ric Flair and when they get inducted. So both have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. When they got inducted, they talk about who is the greatest of all time, right? And it's a known fact that Ric Flair was the Hulk Hogan and carried the WCW. And it's a known fact that Hulk Hogan did that. But it's also a known fact that
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, hold on.
Stop
let me
all
finish.
that.
You
Go
asked me
back
a
to your
question.
original question.
asked
What
me
was
a
your question? Your original question was who was the greatest wrestler of all time, correct? Who did you say?
I said The Rock.
And I said Ric Flair.
Right.
Because we're not picking our personal favorite. Because I
Right.
said Dusty Rhodes was my personal favorite.
Right.
So when you said the greatest of all time, I said Ric Flair.
Right.
All this other stuff that you're saying does not change my opinion of what I just said.
Right,
So
but-
why are we going down
right.
this road
But
for
what
what?
I'm saying is
Your opinion, it was The
my
Rock.
opinion is not.
I said it's not. It's Ric Flair. Now
But
you're arguing
but-
Hulk Hogan. So
but
is
I
it
brought-
The Rock or
because
Hulk
now
Hogan?
I'm talking facts.
Go back to the original question. Stay in the lane that we started in, because all this
The
other
original
shit
question
you're
is-
doing is for
The
nothing.
original question: Hulk Hogan is still bigger than WC than
But
than
you
Ric
said The
Flair.
Rock. I said
The
Ric
Rock
Flair.
is the biggest.
That's your opinion. That is
That
my
is
opinion.
fact.
What are we arguing now?
Okay, I'm spitting facts. Let me be clear.
Why are we spitting facts
nothing
on wrestling?
I'm stating is opinion.
Well, here's
It
what I'm
is
gonna
a
do.
fact that The
I'm gonna
Rock
take
is
10
the
seconds
biggest
and I'm gonna say, man, I'm
wrestler
done
of
with
all
this
time.
conversation because he's not gonna change my opinion.
I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm talking about
You're
facts.
arguing my opinion.
I'm telling you facts.
What's the one thing y'all hear me say on this podcast every time I'm on here? I'm not gonna argue your opinion.
I'm not arguing my opinion. I'm stating facts.
Your opinion
From
at first was
books.
The Rock. You now start
Right.
arguing for
It's
Hulk
still-
Hogan.
It's still factual.
That means you changed your opinion.
No, it's still factual.
I'm staying with what I
Factually,
said.
Rock is still the biggest wrestler of all time. Factual. I didn't
Changes
change that.
absolutely nothing.
I didn't change that. I started arguing Hulk Hogan to Ric Flair. I never changed that Rock was still not the biggest.
Then why are we even arguing? Because my opinion's still gonna stay the damn same. You see where I'm going with this, sir? We just spent 30 minutes for what?
Go ahead.
Man, and we can't air none of that. Because all that yelling wasn't a conversation.
We sure can.
If we
We
air
sure
that,
can.
who's gonna listen to us yell?
We sure can. I am.
I'm not.
Oh, well, guess what? We airing this. I don't give a fuck. Shit. That's conversation. That's
That is
how
not.
that go.
You're not gonna clap at me and yell at me and call that conversation, sir.
Nigga,
This is for the podcast and the
nigga,
internet.
Stop,
That's
nigga,
the one
stop.
thing we
what
not
you
gonna
not
do.
gonna do is be sensitive up in this joint,
No,
nigga.
but I'm gonna
Nigga,
tell
that
you
is
it's the truth.
conversation.
That is not
how
conversation.
I talk, nigga.
That's
And
how
if
you
I'm
talk,
high-
but
that
not
is-
when you
that is
over
how I
talking me
talk.
like you're doing right now.
That's
That's what we're not gonna
I'm
do.
talking.
That's the shit that's not gonna sell. We're not gonna have a brand of that shit right there, my boy.
We not making it a brand. This is a show and this is a episode. And on this episode, we went back and forth.
We didn't go back and forth. I listened to you yell for 20 minutes about an
whatever,
opinion.
nigga. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, get
What's
that
your
nigga
next
some
topic,
tissue.
man? What's your next topic?
Yes, next topic. Ken, and this is shout out to my man Jay McKinney because he actually did a video about this and I thought it was hilarious. Can another man call another man and say goodnight?
Hell no. That
On
breaks-
any level?
That breaks the man code in every which way.
On any
brother.
level, though.
On any level. Unless that is your kid,
Okay.
that is your father, there has to be a relationship between me calling you
So
to say
you go
goodnight.
home right after the show. I can't call you and be like,
Hell
hey,
no.
J.Will. Good night, my nigga.
Right after you said, watch how fast I hang up on you. And then now I'm texting you back like, what the fuck wrong with you, bro? Like, somebody got a gun on you? Hey, man, like, was that your code for, hey, come back and bring them things with you? Nah, hell no.
So at no point can I say, what if we was, all right, so what if we get to drinking? And I drive you home, and I drop you off. And
You better not sit outside and wait for
you.
me. Hell no. And you better not sit there and see if I made it in the house either. Pull the fuck off. No, sir. Man,
What if it's a bad neighborhood?
Bruh, I live in a bad neighborhood. I'm probably the one that made the neighborhood bad. But hell no.
So what you telling
the
me
reason
is-
why I say this, man, is because it's simple. We stopped doing manly things and started making this shit so easy to do. Like, man, what happened when you remember when we was raised? Our uncles did the open chest, and boy,
Yes.
you get put in wrestling moves until you
Yes.
quit. Now you grab a kid nowadays and try that shit. They call CPS on you. We done desensitized our men to be women, bruh. And we can't do that. We got to stay manly. Look here, you drop me, I'll pull on off. If I don't make it in the house, I sleep on the porch.
I mean,
You call me and say goodnight, man, hell no. If you call me and be like, hey, bro, I left my something in your car. Shit, we had a good
hey, what
night.
if I do this? What
We
if I
had
do
a
this?
good night.
What if you get home, I call you and I be like, hey, you made it in safe?
Stop it. Stop it. See, again, and I saw
I
that
can't
video.
do that either.
Again, shout out Jay McKinney. That shit was funny. I know you're talking. But I knew you was going to go deeper than that because after you see it, there's a whole list of things you know
A
we
whole
would never
list. A whole list.
do. One,
Yo.
we Army dudes. That right there would set us back 50 years. Because we
Yo.
came through the real Army, not this version today.
Not at all.
Man,
Not
we
the
came
version
through
of
the real Army.
Of what they call them, stress
Stress
cards.
and- Again,
Yeah,
that
not
will
at
break the
all.
man code. That's kind of like
Yes.
me walking in like, hey, bro, you miss her? You have a breakup. I'm not about to ask you, do you miss her? Look here. Hey, I'm supposed to take you out, get you drunker, and try to get you to make bad decisions with somebody else.
Okay, so here's something, since you're bringing up breakups, here's something that I think this generation will never have the understanding of. Remember when cats used to break up, especially in the military, I know you know, cats used to break up with Johns over the answer machine. Or the chick broke up with him and now he trying to call her back. The answer machine, real talk,
Used to
was
be
our
your-
internet.
That was your block right
That,
there.
like back then, that was your block. Because
That
I'm
was
going to
your
tell you,
block.
everything a brother was going through was on his answer machine. When he was single and he came and was looking for somebody, you come on, boom,
Because the song let you know what it was.
boom, 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 boom. When I'm alone in my room. So you knew, he looking for a girlfriend right now. So
Hey.
every chick that called got his answer machine.
Man,
That's
I
what he
need
was
love.
looking for.
Then you hear it turn down, like, hey, what's happening? I'm sorry, I couldn't get to the phone right now. Just leave your name and your number. Shit, you know what it is. I'm going to hit you right back. When I'm alone in my room. Go right back into it.
Yes.
Man, the
Oh,
song
my
let it be
God.
known.
Then when he got somebody, this music changed again.
Hey,
Yo.
square up so quick.
Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Boom, boom, boom. Yo,
Sorry, we
it's-
can't. Look, I'll say you speak French.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't come to the phone right now.
Oh my
What's
God.
this we shit? You probably woo all of a
Yeah,
sudden?
all of a sudden.
Because you got
Yo.
a gal now.
Man, those
See,
was the
but
days.
You remember the quest lines, my boy? We used
Yes,
to dedicate a
yes.
song.
Yes.
See, I made that mistake. I did that once. I was a sap. I dedicated a song.
Uh-huh.
But that same chick had like 9 dudes dedicate that same song to her. And there ain't that
Not
many.
live on the
Look,
radio.
ain't that many bone quishers in my city. So look here. I know it was you, bitch. But
Bone Quisha, you did that to
Bone
my man.
Quisha did that to me.
Oh.
I waited on that line for about 45 minutes just to dedicate that one song to her. And then apparently so did all the other dudes.
Man.
But I remember
I'm
that.
on the request line.
If you was a dude and got a
Oh,
request, man, you was the
man.
dude the next day at school. Hey,
Thought you
bruh,
was the man live. Remember
heard
back
you.
when that used to,
Yeah.
on the radio was the business. Now you don't tune into the radio for nothing.
But we actually came up in that generation when dudes actually used to dance.
True.
Bro,
True.
we would still bust your head after that, but we used to
Yeah.
bust a move.
Yeah.
Like Fort Stewart, Georgia, it went through cycles. There was the East Coast where they only played a Nas song because you're down south. They ain't gonna play that much. They play a Jay-Z song, then East Coast rap is over.
Yeah.
Then they played 2 reggae songs. They didn't even know who they was by, didn't care, got them out the way.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start hearing that down south booty shake music. That booty shake
Down
music brought
south.
all the chicks to the flow. Now
Yes.
you out there, you got to get it. And even if you couldn't dance, if you could just get on there and hold on long enough, you might still get
I
it.
joined the military at that time. That's when the gangster walk was out. And I was stationed down in Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they used to go around the joint.
Around the-
And it-
yeah.
you know, and they had two different, they had the gangster walk that was like this, and this one was called the Trigger Man. And you used to go around, and then in the military cats, we would go out to the club, and we used to go around the club. Move, motherfucker, move, motherfucker, move.
Throwing
We
them
would field
bows.
artillery. And we would be throwing elbows. And you'd pick a dude out, and then
And pop him in the face.
And that was it. You
And
did that
fight,
purpose.
turn-
Like, that was
Yeah.
fight music.
So for me, to this day, my PTSD is still mystical. Here I go. It's time to duck. Down there in Fort Stewart, Georgia, that's when the hard boys hit the floor. Tuck your chain, and if you can't fight, get up against the wall.
He said, move out the way.
Man, you don't want to stand there. But when they would play that down south music, I didn't know half of that shit when I first joined the Army because I grew up an East Coast dude.
Yeah.
North Carolina, for me, we listened to go-go music. That was D.C.
Yeah, that DC.
Man, the Percolator was the one cut that was 19 and a half minutes long, but you be out there still trying to dance to it.
It's time for the percolator.
Your knees got to be good, though. If you
Good.
got good kneecaps, you don't want to hit the floor on that one.
When the percolator came out, man, I might have been, I don't know, maybe 30-something.
Bruh.
And I remember I was a house dude, right? Like I thought I was. I thought I was a real house head, right? So I thought I used to hit that joint, and I thought I was man. Now I
Bruh,
probably couldn't do that.
I used to call that the
save my
workout
life.
song. When that would come on, it would always be some girl I was dancing with, like, come on, bitch, we gonna be here forever. Like right now, we gotta do this one. But I love reggae music. That was when my little nasty would come out. Cause man, if you get a chick that can whine, oh, you
You
humping
don't
on the
get
floor.
good reggae no more. Remember
No.
the Shabba?
Shaboot
Yo, that used to those
Shaka
was the
Demons and
days.
Pliers.
Oh. Murder
She
she
wrote,
wrote.
man. Everybody thought they could sing that song.
Oh yeah.
You get to the reggae part, you don't know what they say. You just make noise. Don't you get don't you get
Man.
murder? You sing the chorus though.
Music is not the same.
No.
Kids don't even dance no more.
No.
They don't even dance no more. They go out and then it's like they girls came with their girlfriends and we all came together to dance. Excuse you.
You remember you would look for a table in the club because there was none, and now you only go to the club if you got a table.
Yes.
Bro, I don't remember there being tables in the club. Tables were for you to get
Yeah.
slammed through. So you
Really?
didn't have none.
You didn't have no
It was a
tables.
dance floor.
Yeah.
Hard dudes that couldn't dance would stand up against the wall.
Against
that
the
was your
wall.
slugger.
Yeah.
Hey, when it pop off, he gonna knock
Yeah.
somebody unconscious. You gonna mack a girl and mack her
And she had
friend for him.
friends for him. Yeah.
Man, because he was your hitter.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like they got earphones on. You don't even know what they're
Dude.
listening to in there. Everybody is
Silent
quiet.
parties.
Silent parties.
Silent parties. So we all gonna go pay money to go to this joint.
And wear our headphones.
And here's what's crazy. I be wondering, like, are they all listening to something different?
But they got a DJ.
Right.
So is it you're listening to the DJ? What if the DJ is only playing this song in these 6 headphones, but playing this song?
And yeah.
Because I seen people dancing these
Now
silent
everybody's
parties.
off groove.
Everybody doing something different. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about Washington State, man. They love to do theme parties. I went to a
Yeah.
bubble party.
Yeah.
There was hard ass gangsters. Like a dude told me he had like 9 bodies, and then puckered his lips and blew bubbles. You're not gangster, Skippy. I can't buy that right there. You blow bubbles. There was no kids there. You didn't have your grandbaby. You just in there blowing bubbles.
Yeah, it's just a different time, dude. I seen a dude today at the mall. And let me be clear. I'm in the mall to get a manicure and pedicure.
Right.
Right? I don't care. Like I said, we talked about this last week. I don't
Man.
care what nobody say.
Look here.
I'm a kept dude, right? But anyway, so this dude comes into the mall. And when I tell you his pants, they like there was no breathing room.
Like they had stirrups in the bottom.
Dude, they was this tight in the calf.
He was standing on them.
And got right up here, but then like
bust
kind
the
of
sag.
he was sagging. And I was like, yo, but his joints was mad tight. And I was like, yo, as I'm looking, I'm like, damn, his ankles is fucking choked out right now. Like you could tell, like,
If he fought, it ain't gonna get out.
dude, nothing. Like it looked like they might have been stitched to his skin.
You just seen his pants bubble up, but nothing would have
And
came
then
out.
he was sagging, and I was like, yo, what the hell is going on? Why is these dudes out here? The girls' jeans then got bigger, and the dudes' jeans then got smaller. That's crazy. to
I
me.
don't understand the skinny jeans and busting a sag. I also don't understand the whole wearing a hoodie in the summertime.
No,
That baffles
no,
the shit out of me.
No.
I have no idea why people wear Crocs whatsoever. I have never owned a pair of Crocs.
Will
I've
not.
never worn a pair of
Will
Crocs.
not.
It will never happen. Those are the worst shoes ever.
I remember seeing Crocs and saying, yo, boys ain't gonna be wearing them. And then all of a sudden, boys started wearing them, and I was like, oh, dude.
You know,
Boys is now wearing the other joints,
Bruh.
the little clothy shoes. Not the, I guess
mean-
they like the Birkenstocks or whatever, and they got like they like canvasy. They look like
no.
like this is a slip on, like a sandal. Dudes is now wearing them.
No, the thing that's getting me is the bonnets, my boy.
Oh my god!
Seeing a boy in a damn bonnet.
Oh,
and it matches his outfit. Like,
Yo,
you got the band on. We didn't raise a world full of bad bitches.
yo,
man.
bad
Let's call it
bitches
what it is.
for real.
We raising a world of bad bitches. And
Like, what's going on?
I'm calling on men to step forward, man, and
What are
go
we
back
doing?
to each one, teach one. I remember growing up in the barbershop. My lesson
Yes.
as a man, not having a
Yes.
father, not having uncles that I would turn to, because my uncles, man, weren't the best role models. They showed me what not to do more
The
than
crazy
they showed me
cat,
what
the
to do.
dudes is wearing bonnets that don't even need to wear
Don't
bonnets.
even wear
They
bonnets.
just- it's just,
Got wave caps, bald heads, but still got a
Man.
bonnet on. Man, killing me.
yo, like, what you got a bonnet on for?
But I also say because of the new age and the internet, man, it's hard to get respect as an old head unless they saw what you did. You know, we
Yeah,
got stories we
yeah,
tell,
yeah,
but
yeah.
our kids didn't see us the way we were. They see us
True.
as we are.
True.
As a parent, my son thinks I'm a great dad. He don't have an idea of what I was like 18 in the Army,
Right.
traveling around, man, and being able to hang with 30 dudes that would literally go to war if necessary.
Yeah.
And now you can't
They
be
don't
the soft
understand.
dude. You can't be the one that won't go to war. Like you said, you came in, man, to the Army. You would have called yourself a square back then, but
Yeah.
at the same time, your version of a square is totally different than what they would call a square today. Because you would still fight.
Yeah.
Man, if I needed to, I would still pull off. Man, I would jump in the car and smash out, even though I know my homeboys ain't gonna be happy about me. But you drunk. I'm not gonna let you drive.
Right.
Now these kids don't do any of those
None of
things,
that.
so they don't
None of
have
that.
that as the go-to.
Well, you know what? It's not. I would say this: camaraderie, brotherhood, community. None of that is taught no more.
No.
None of that is taught no more.
Those
There
words
is
have been
no more,
replaced.
taking nobody under your wing no more. There is no each one teach one. And now it's because of the internet, right? Like I can say, here's what's what. That kid's gonna go run the internet and
Google.
he's gonna Google whatever he gonna Google. And again, it wasn't. And it's hard for me still because I didn't come from that from that era. You know what I mean? I didn't come from that era. I came from you had to know. And that's what I was talking about with the whole wrestling thing. Like I came from the era where you had to know what you know. It couldn't be everybody was a fan, right? Like when I talk hip hop, like everybody's a fan. You got your East Coast, your West Coast. But if you was going to debate and argue, you had to debate factual. You had to be able to bring up those facts because that's what it came down to. Like when everybody argues Jordan to whoever, right? Where I come from, if you not kicking facts, it don't matter what you seen and because you like him. If you can't give me factual stuff, that's a mute point.
See, like now, people can literally, you only have to do it one time, and it's now a viral moment. Like kids nowadays,
Yeah.
do dumb. Like look at the pranks videos where
Yeah.
they walk by and they touch some dude's girl. In our generation, you touch my
Never.
girl, I beat you
Never.
to death.
Yeah.
But at the same breath, now is because these kids now pack guns bigger than them. You can't even react the same way because there used to be a respect factor. You wouldn't play with an old head.
No.
Man,
that's
like
true.
I knew dudes who put in work. So therefore, I'm not gonna be this. I don't care whether they right or wrong. When they tell me to get, I move on and move around because man, they earned that respect for me to do that.
Facts.
I didn't stand in conversations with older people arguing what my opinion was.
Yeah.
Because man, they were older heads. I respected my elder. Now, the same breath that I think they were right all the time. Fuck no. Like I tell people all the time, the worst advice I ever got was from my mama. My mama was giving me what she thought was right for me, not what she knew was gonna be right to me.
Right.
My mom didn't leave North Carolina. You can't tell me what the world is outside of
If you
this
never been
city
out.
when you ain't never
Yeah.
been out this city. You can't tell me what I'm gonna be 10 years from now. You can't see the future.
Yeah.
But she also told me when you make bad choices, you got to ride the wave. My mom was one of those, we never could say we made a mistake. There was no such thing. You made a choice.
Yeah.
Whether it was work for you, didn't work for you. See, our kids don't have that.
No.
They make a mistake they don't think of the choice.
We was
it's
a whoop
mistake.
ass family. It wasn't even an option to make mistakes in my crib. I remember everything we did. I tell people all the time, yo, like I remember if I made a bad decision, that bad decision had to carry me through life.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying? I remember we was messing around in my house. True story, right? So a friend of the family, right? My brother used to always babysit. I'm not protecting no name, so here's the story.
Right.
So my brother used to babysit Miss Essie's kid from across the street, right? Miss Essie from across the street had a son named Darnell. Darnell and her was family. That's, to this day, is my brother, right? His mom and my mom best friends. So Darnell, me, my brother, and my sister, we all in the house, right? And it's wintertime. It's cold as hell outside. I don't know what happens. We laughing. I think my brother, we all tickling on each other or something, and Darnell pees on himself, right? So when he pees on himself, he pees so bad that his long johns, he got to go take his long johns off. So now he comes out the bathroom, but with his long johns in his hand.
Pissy.
So we take off. Now he's chasing us around the
With the
house.
pissy drawers.
And these pissy long johns, right? We all over the crib, hiding in rooms, everything, up and down the steps, everybody hiding. So this is how the night ends, always in a black house. So we doing some goofy shit. Boom, he kicks the door open, the door swings open, spam, hits the wall, and puts a hole in the wall.
Now ass whoopers already.
Now all of a sudden we like, damn, how we gonna explain this? So my brother ends up putting like a picture over. I remember Darnell walked home crying that night. We like, no, don't worry about it. We not gonna tell.
Yeah,
we
we're
not
not gonna
nobody. It's gonna end right here, right now.
As long as you don't tell, we not gonna tell.
We never said nothing. Years later, fast forward, I think my mom was doing something in the room and she pushed the door open and it went through that poster. Mind you, we all have moved out. She said, I put a hole in the wall. I said, oh, yeah. My brother tells my mom, oh, no, the hole was because my mom thought she got super strong overnight. I can't believe it. I put that shit, oh, Sugarfoot, I put a hole in the wall. And my brother's like, oh, no, mom, that hole had been there. She like, what? That's how long our lives had to last.
Man, take it to the grave, sir.
To the grave.
Look here.
And we still got fussed at about it. But the fact was, we was all gone. And I was like, yes, that they never found out about
that
hole.
ass whooping you would have took would have been
Crucial.
traumatic.
We would all pee
It'd
in
have
our
been one
long
of those
johns.
ass whoopings where everybody would have heard it.
Yes.
You'd have went outside and couldn't deny it because everybody already knew.
Yeah.
On top of that, your mom would have called everybody down the street and let it be known that, hey, your dad went loose on this one.
Man.
Hey, Lord, I thought I was going to have to go in there and get him off them
We
shoes.
would all had pissy long johns.
See, for us, it was one of those, my mom would tell us, if one of y'all do something, everybody going to get it.
Word.
So we was our brother's keeper. Man,
Yes,
my little brother is the devil. I don't care what nobody tell me. That is Lucifer. That is Damien, all rolled up in his big ass body. Because my brother would do shit intentionally knowing that he ain't gonna probably get in trouble before I get in more. Because I was the oldest.
Okay.
And my mom's whole belief system was, well, where was you at when he was doing
Right.
this?
You should have been watching it.
I was probably doing something, covering for something else he done already did.
Or my own dirt.
Or I was in the middle of doing my own shit. But with us, it was one of those, by the time my younger brother came around, my mom was already tired. So, like, he didn't get the ass whoopings we got.
What's the age difference?
So, like, me and my middle brother are 3 years apart.
Okay.
Me and my younger brother's like 10 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, my middle brother was the baby. So he got away with everything anyway. Me being the oldest, never got that. When my baby brother was born, my mom was at that point now working and I'm now taking care of him. But I was so tied to, we can get this fast money over here. And if you go out here, so I took my little brother to the block.
Okay.
But my little brother was the cute kid. All the girls liked him, so I would sick him on him. We take him to the mall. Hey, go over there and tell that girl right there you lost him. Walk her back over here. I used him. Didn't realize I was creating a monster.
That's 10-year difference.
That 10-year difference. Hey, man, you know, this when he was a baby, hey, this is my little boy right here. You 13, and you got a little boy? You know what I mean? It didn't really make sense, but I tried
his little brother.
I done did it. I lied.
Oh,
it was
man.
the truth.
I was the youngest. But things worked weird in my house. Like, so it wasn't you the youngest, you got treated different. My brother was the golden child. He was the firstborn. And then me and my sister just was attached. It's just whatever
me
it
being
was.
the oldest, I was the one that everybody looked at to do, but I was never going to reach the potential in their eyes type too. Like, I had an aunt that literally told me from day one, oh, you ain't going to be shit. Your uncles ain't shit, you ain't going to be shit. So I literally had that fire burning up. I would never give her the satisfaction of saying I'm not shit.
Right.
My middle brother was the smart kid. Like my middle brother's probably, if he would test, is probably a genius on the scale. Dude taught himself so much shit. Like, man, my brother could speak French in high school fluently to where they were willing to send him to Paris to go and do study abroad.
Oh, that's dope.
My mom wasn't going to send him nowhere because my mom's mindset was, boy, I don't know what the hell you going to be over there doing. Like, my mom was a Southern parent. She ain't about to let us get out of her sight, but at the same time, she didn't support, like, sports. My mom cared less about running the football or shooting the basketball. Let your grades be down. My mom was on that ass. We could go anywhere in the world. She just not going to take us.
Yeah, it was a great thing in my house for sure. Like, I don't think none of us really got into any sport until we got old enough to get into the sport on our own.
But my mom was, you can play. How you going to get to and from practice?
As far as this getting there,
get to and from
everything had to be on us. Yeah.
So, like, my mom was not the supportive. Like, I didn't come from that supportive household. I came from that realization household.
Yes.
Man, my parents taught us in real life. Yeah. Like, my mom was one of those, like, my mom would always tell us, I can't teach you how to be a man because I've never been a man, but I can make you a better one. So she would instill in us, man, you got to be able to cook clean. You got to be able to take care of yourself.
Yes.
But my mom was not she wasn't the sweetest
My parents was parents. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing. Like kids that don't understand. Like I'm definitely a different parent with my children than my parents were. My parents were parents. You didn't come to them. Like we didn't have Cosby moments.
Right.
You know, it was never like, well, son, let me tell you about sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My daddy whooped ass and my mama did the rest. And that was it. We never had, I can't think of any I don't think I probably had a real conversation with my dad until I was 40. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my dad did. He was the disciplinarian of the household. He checked homework and he whooped ass. My mom made sure we did chores and made sure we had clothes and made sure we ate. And that was the dynamic of our household. And when them niggas wasn't at home, we was happy as a faggot with a bag of dicks, nigga. I swear to God. Like we was like, yes, they're gone. Ah, like we was elated.
It's funny because I don't remember my mom really ever leaving the house. Like even when she worked, my mom would go to work, and then it was, you can't have anybody over. Of course, as soon as you out the door, man, the whole neighborhood's at our house. But my mom always was the house, like our house was the house that everybody wanted to come to.
Yeah.
Because my mom would cook. My mom would make sure, like, we would go to Pizza Hut. My mom would pay for everybody that I kicked it with to eat pizza.
Okay.
My mom didn't mind doing that kind of stuff. Like, that was what made her the cool parent. But my mom was not soft.
How many brothers is you and two brothers?
So on my mom's side, it's me and two brothers.
Uh-huh.
On my father's side, I got 4 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
But I didn't know my dad.
Where you fall in that lineup?
So I'm middle on my father's side. Like I got a brother that's a month older than me.
Okay.
True story. My mom was the side piece, my boy. Like I didn't learn that until I was older. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you always want to be around your dad. You want to know who he is. People told me stories of my dad, and I knew about him. I knew I had sisters. So by the time I was 13, I was hunching. So my whole thing was I needed to know who my sisters were.
Hold on, say that again.
I was hunching.
Hunching.
Yeah, I was hunching.
Hey. Okay, let's do this. Because I had somebody that said to me after one of our episodes, they said, what is hunching? So I was like, you know what? There's 2 things I'm going to do. They asked me 2 questions. I got asked 2 questions offline. One was, what was hunching? And 2 was why Miss Newman wears the crown, but she's not here to explain today. But
I can explain the crown.
Break it down, the hunching.
Hunching. So when I was growing up and you were not having sex, you would get a girl with your clothes on and you hunch on her.
Yes.
And you rub it on the back of her leg or her kneecap or wherever you can slide it across, but you hunch on her. You hug and you kiss and grope, but at some point, you're going to have to rub it across her, so you hunching her. That was before sex. And I hunched a lot in my younger days because I wasn't really into sex like that. I thought sex was nasty. I had seen porn, and that shit did not like something I wanted to do. But with my clothes on, I would hunch the hell out of her. Man, hunch her all around the room.
Hunch the hell out your
I would hunch the hell out of her. But when growing up, like, being the way I was raised, like, my mom always was on that, you gonna do. So I wanted that dad that would be like, man, like, because going to school, I went to school with white kids, and their dads took them fishing, and little Billy went to karate class. His dad was there. I whooped little Billy's ass because he had his dad, not even because he went to karate class. Just because
he had
his
something
dad
you
was
ain't
there.
had.
Man, I played basketball, and man, one of the kids on the team, his dad was the coach, and his dad, after practice, would, man, I would see, you did great today, son, and he called back all the moves. Man, so in practice, I would intentionally whoop his son's ass, like, man, embarrass him in every practice, every drill. outrunning
Just to stand out.
because his dad would come over and go, man, you worked hard today. I just wanted to hear that.
Yeah.
So when I finally met my dad literally was the person who told me flat out, like, man, you was never supposed to be here. I told your mama to have an abortion.
Mm.
So when you say that to me, there's no part of me that's going to ever look you in the eye and be like, man, there's love. You didn't want me.
Not at all.
It made sense why you weren't there. But by that time, I had already survived so much shit, and I had already put myself through all kind of hell trying to become a man. That's the reason why with my kids, I've always made sure my kids understood. I'm not here to coddle you. Yeah. I'm here to love you.
Facts.
Coddling you means I'm protecting you from. No, I'm going to let you get this because you're going to learn from it.
Yes.
But when you make a choice, you got to take the consequences and the repercussions that go with it.
Do y'all hear that, young America? You got to take the consequences, the repercussions.
Man, because you just making a choice.
Stand by your decisions.
What's the term the kids love to? I'm 10 toes down.
Yes.
No, you're not, because the first thing you do is run back and try to get your parents to fix it.
Stay 10 toes down.
Man, stay 10 toes down
on your decisions.
All the time.
Word.
You make a decision.
Word.
If you only got a bad one and a worse one, there is no better option. You got to make a decision between them two.
So
the
here's
better will come
something
later.
I learned about today, and I want to talk about this. The VACIALS, I think that's what it's called. VACIALS. It was VACIALS.
VACIALS.
Yeah, but on the thing, when I looked it up, it said vacial. Excuse me. Excuse me.
COVID 53.
So it said vacials, what I'm saying. So if you are not hip,
please enlighten me, sir.
Is where, okay, and first of all, this is dope.
I feel like it's going to be some smearing on the face going on around
two dudes. It's two dudes having this conversation. Like we really know about vacials. But so here's what it was. So you go, as women, ladies, you go to your, wherever you go to get your.
You get your boom boom.
To get your hoo-ha
waxed out.
Right. So they do like the waxing, and then they do like a sugaring, and then they do like a heat lamp or whatever. They do something to it, and like boom. But apparently, it is like it makes your joint look like it's brand new, right? Like it was like it's just.
I don't think that's
like,
gonna happen.
It's like shiny and bling.
Because you can paint a Pinto, it's still a Pinto. It ain't gonna look like a Lamborghini, sir.
I'm just saying the way it was described to me is that. In the area, in the downstairs area, in the basement, it looked like your basement got turned into a rec room. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody want to hang out.
Everybody want to hang out.
Everybody want to hang out now. Okay.
Everybody want to hang out there. So then it got me to thinking, like, yo, is there a thing like that for dudes? Can the dude get a I don't know, addiction? Addiction?
I'm probably not gonna do it. No,
I probably won't either.
I won't do it.
I don't want to be out there with a pearly dick. I just don't. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest. Me and my buddy been together since day one, and we ain't never had to do all of that. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna introduce him to no roughhousing later in life like that.
Yeah, I kind of like mine to look rustic. You
now,
know what I
be
mean?
Honest, ladies,
he moving through the forest.
If that's a thing to do and it's gonna help, go for it.
Yeah.
As a poon connoisseur such as myself,
for real,
who will stick a face in it if
Speak
necessary.
on it.
You just sugar-coated it and made it taste like jelly donuts and shit like that. Yeah. I ain't gonna be mad. It may make me want to eat more.
Yes.
But what happens if I eat all the coating off? Then I get right back to the same old one that was there before?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, man, down. Like,
well,
you spend money for nothing.
I mean, I know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lick. Like, if it's all clean and shiny and then I'm down there and all of a sudden I get this hitting stubble like that.
Because when you got a new bike, you don't want to ride it right away.
Not right away.
You got new shoes. You don't put them on right then.
Yeah.
So if you bring me back a brand new cooch,
right,
but it's still attached to the same old chick, I'm not going to really buy that your cooch is brand new because I remember what I did to it like last night.
Okay.
You ain't gonna just wash that off just because you went and got it spray painted.
Just because you went and got it all.
Because you went and got it oiled.
Because you went and got your coochie detail.
Yeah, you went and Lysoled it out, but that's cool.
Because you got your cooter details.
You
think you different.
Went and ran it through the spark and shine.
Maybe that's what we should call. We should open up our own joint. Cooter detailing.
Cooter cleaning.
Cooter cleaning.
Cooter cleaners.
Yeah, cooter cleaners. You want your cooter detail? You want your cooter detail? You come on down to Scooters and J.Wills. It's only $5.99.99. Get your cooter detail, and we're blowing you hoo-ha-ha-ha.
Man, put them in the stirrups and raise them up off the ground. Yeah. Pressure wash it for them right quick.
That would be,
I'm just saying.
A line full of just Women with their drawers off.
Let me just say this out loud. Ladies, if you got a real dude, all of that is nice,
Yeah.
but it is not necessary.
Not necessary at
Real
all.
dudes don't care about shit like that.
Not at all.
I ain't never looked at a woman who dropped her drawers and said, "Ooh, shit, that is hairy." I'm looking for the hole. I'll go through the bush to get to the hole. That's just me. Now, I may not treat your hole the same way.
Wait a minute. There is a limit, though.
Again, I may not treat it the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not be happy.
Because if she drop her joint and it's like...
Now, again, if you
if she
know...
look like she got buckwheat and a leg lock...
It look bulletproof. Like there may not be no hole there.
I don't want to be like... I mean, there's some weeding I'm willing to do.
But again, that is...
Bushwhagging?
Catering to the person you with is okay. Again, if it's ball, I'm about to run because I don't want no... Look here, man. What they say, grass can't grow on a busy sidewalk. You done balled it out. You trying to hide something from me. And it could be your age. Because again, women nowadays, y'all die and 52 is the new 32 type shit.
I never thought about that.
I'm really on that, man. If you 52, you just 52. I didn't want to hump you because I wanted you to be 32. I wanted to hump you because you 52.
Facts.
Be 52.
Be 52.
Now, if you can still put your leg behind your head, hey, you are impressive. You probably gonna last longer than me.
Yeah.
You may want to start before you get to me. You may want to schedule somebody after me. I'm only gonna give you what I got.
The stunt penis.
Look, hey, baby,
Yeah.
look here. I got 17 and a half pumps to give you. 18 if you let me lay there and catch my breath back.
Man.
But if you wanted 25, you may want to line something else up.
Yeah.
But this whole we feel like we got to do this brand new shit. Again, BBLs, they got rejuvenation. They got women tightening up their cooches and pulling lips down and all that. You doing all of that for what?
You can almost get your cooter reconstructed.
Bro, brand new.
Brand
Fresh
new.
out the box.
Fresh. Psst.
But if
That
you
shit smell
fucking
like
with
sneakers.
a lame, all that brand new and you with a lame, you still gonna end up having lame ass sex because you
Yeah.
with a lame. Your
Yeah.
choices is what's gonna matter.
You can't go get your coochie reconstructed. You can't go get your house, your driveway, your garage reconstructed and park the same ass old Pinto in that motherfucker.
Here's
It's
the thing.
still a raggedy garage.
The reason I know about the rejuvenation is I met a white lady, man, and me and her was when I did the adult entertainment stuff,
Right,
man, I met her and she went and did the surgery. And she did it because in film, she saw herself, she thought it didn't look good, so she went and her husband paid for it.
Right.
But you're fucking dudes with penises this long,
Mhm.
repeatedly, because that was her niche in porn. She took on the biggest one she could find. What's the purpose of paying for that surgery if you still gonna let these dudes lay pipe to it the way they do?
Man.
And it wasn't sensual sex; they were laying the hammer. So now you done went and got it redone, and you still getting it beat to death every day. You just throwing money in there, in my opinion. But again, I'm now a little older and a lot more mature than what I was.
Word.
I used to think that all that hollering and screaming was because I was doing damage, and then I seen my child be born.
Mhm.
That hollering and screaming
It's
at
just-
that moment,
It's 5 for a fact.
like, man, it's really, you feel good about it. That's just what you do
Yeah,
when you feel
yeah.
good. It's not because of what I'm doing. You pulled
Not
9
at
pounds,
all.
8 ounces out of that same area.
Right.
I saw it.
Well, just the fact, like, let's be real, ladies. Most men don't make noise because they make noise because you're making noise.
Man, it's good
Right?
to you.
Most men are not out there. We'll sit there and be like this all night long.
All night long.
All night long. We won't have to say shit. We make noise because you make noise. Because you say, you like, oh shit, I got to say something to it.
I got to respond.
I got to respond.
I need you to know I'm still present.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh shit, get that, hit that. And I'm just sitting back there like,
Or if I start whistling or I start rapping my favorite song, you're going to think I'm not interested anymore. No, I'm just...
I start doing concentration.
Yeah.
Concentration.
Oh, he got out of doubles. That means we got to start over again, Shawty. That's what it be. Again, man.
Okay, so we got to end let's the debate, and then we're gonna jump in the show. But I want to make sure we jump into
shit.
this.
What
We
are
got
we
to do this.
debating
Let's
today?
end the debate on this.
T-Move sound effects.
Yeah. Hey.
I love my people, man. I do.
Okay.
Let's
Here we
end
go.
the debate. What are we debating today?
I was talking about. I feel like we might have had this conversation already, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Best hood movie.
Oh,
But when I say best hood movie, I'm not talking about just the movie, but the
Soundtrack
soundtrack
that
as
slap
well.
with it. Because that's what make a good hood movie.
Yes, correct.
So you know them as country as they get.
All
For
right.
me, it's Master P.
About it?
About it, man. Best hood movie ever.
Yeah.
Because the soundtrack was banging. Man, Pushing Inside of You, I fucked to that song like 1,000 times, man. That was as gangster as it get right there. The dude couldn't even sing. We didn't care. That movie was gangster. VHS, bought it bootleg, first time I ever got it. Watched it 1,000 times, brought it back, got mad because the dude stole it from me in the bags. Went back, bought another copy from a bootleg dude.
Oh, you love that movie.
Man, that damn movie, I'm telling you, you would come in my room in the bags, that movie was on. I could quote it. That's how many
I'm
times
gonna
I
have
watched
to
it.
go with New Jack City, man.
New Jack City made me want to be a gangster.
I'm
It
gonna
wasn't
have to go with
Scarface.
New Jack City.
New Jack City made me think
Yeah.
that, man, that was what
Like
drug dealing was. That's what you wanted to do. You want to be with your crew and get money.
Soundtrack-wise,
And
like
the
that
soundtrack
soundtrack
slapped.
was fire, dude, fire. And especially with the hoes when it did the shift from the movie when they did the living, had Levert, but it was Troop earlier, and then it switched to Levert, and then
Man,
they
then
added
they
Queen
did-
Latifah to the
Yes.
song. Oh man, that soundtrack was. I gotta go with New Jack City. I don't.
New Jack City made me want to be a hood. I'm
Man,
telling you.
it did.
Man, that's when we started calling ourselves a crew. We made up a name, the
Man.
whole nine. New Jack City did that.
Dude,
We was just dudes
I
that
was
lived in the
like,
neighborhood.
I want to take over the Carter. I want to.
I didn't even want to sell drugs though. I just wanted
I
a
just wanna
tight.
take over
I wanted a
building.
dope ass crew that wasn't afraid
Yes.
of nothing. Man, we go somewhere and they would know who we were. So
That's
like
it.
at
Be
that time,
known.
we literally whatever initials was out there. It's Ricky, Ralph, and Ronnie. Triple R Express, bro. Like, we got to name something. New
So
Jack
let
City.
me know, y'all. Drop your comments below. What's y'all hood movie? Again, it means good movie and soundtrack. They
Watch we
gotta
start
go
getting
hand
love
in
and
hand.
basketball. We gonna start getting goddamn Love
Oh,
Jones.
oh.
Watch what I'm telling you. It's coming.
I don't know. Well, okay. Before it comes, are love movies considered hood movies?
The black ones, yes.
The black ones? Okay.
Because again, Love and Basketball, they was up there icing each other's kneecaps. Man, that was so sexy. It made you want to go
Yeah.
get you a boo to play basketball
Yeah.
with.
You know what?
Love Jones, I
Hey,
started doing poetry because of that.
Hey,
Dude.
Soul Food might be in there.
Soul Food, man.
So they soundtrack was fire.
Hey, when old boy humped the sister or the cousin or whatever,
Ooh.
man, he's the most hated man in America to
Most
this
hated
day.
man. Women hate him
Still,
still.
to this day.
Still. Brothers applaud him.
Man, you knocked off a bad
Brothers
one.
applaud him. Yes. Get the cousin in the dance studio.
Man, got a tight one.
Yeah, you right about that.
Man, hood movie.
That is what it is, man. Yo, this is Coffee and Condoms again. You can catch us every Saturday, 2 o'clock, unless we got something going on outside of us, because you know we do. Hey,
What's happening?
we got competitions. We got shows coming up. J.Will, speak on it. What you got coming up?
Man, so first and foremost, June 27th, I'm at the fan club in Lakewood. Man, I got my show, Night of Labs, out there with fan club, free admission. Man, come through. I would say get there early. That's
a
when we
vibe.
rocked out. It's a whole ass vibe,
It
man.
is.
It's worth it. Also, we got the Juneteenth joint going on in Kennett, Jamar's Grill.
Word.
Man, that's gonna be dope. Come through for that. July 5th, I'm back out in Spanaway doing my joint out there. Scoot didn't even know, but if he ain't got nothing popping on, he's gonna come out there and just pop in. I got young guns out there, just making an impression, but always gonna bring some old heads, man, to really rock the house. So July 5th, we out there. We doing a lot, man. It's a lot moving going on.
That's what's up, man. I got the joint out in Texas. That's coming
That's
up.
gonna
That's
be
the
big.
11th to the 12th. And my daughter's getting married, so I'll
What?
be out there.
Congrats,
yes.
son.
So I'm going out there.
Hold up,
for
do we
that.
like him?
Yeah, we like
Oh,
him.
we like
yeah,
him?
Yeah,
Then
he's
congrats.
good. He's good people. He's good
'Cause
people.
if we didn't like
So,
him, it's
yeah.
my condolences.
No,
we gotta
yeah,
go get him.
that wouldn't even. It would,
We gotta
we
go
would
get
not
him.
be going out there for a wedding.
Congrats.
We'd be going out there to shut shit down.
You know it.
But before that, actually, Callie hit me up today. I'll be hosting. He's got Debbie Wooten and them coming out to the Day Little Salon again.
Okay.
So he want me to host. That's on the 21st.
Back out at the joint we did?
The hair salon.
That's
joint.
dope.
Yeah.
Hey, for those who don't know, we did a real talk. This is how me
Yeah.
and Scoot rock.
Yeah.
We did a comedy show at a hair salon.
Yes.
Man, it was like 45 people in there, just like sitting side by side in a hair salon. And that shit slapped. We had a
slapped.
ball.
Yeah, we did.
That was one of the dopest shows we've ever done, man. And
Yes.
the energy was bananas. And
Yes.
everybody killed.
Yeah, we ate.
So, hey, salute, getting the rock back
Yo,
out
from
there.
that point on, them cats been calling us ever since. Like, yo, we want
That's
to rock
big.
with y'all. So that's what it is. For sure. So make sure y'all get out there, man. Do your thing. Enjoy your weekends, man. But then tune in to Coffee and Condoms. Subscribe. like, share. Man, let's get these views up, man. I really want to get us up to let's at least shoot to get 1,000 views. Can we do that? Let's shoot to get 1,000 views and try to get it up there, man. But again, Coffee and Condoms live every Saturday at 2 p.m. Two fingers.
Yeah.
We out. You know what I want to talk
Coffee and Condoms.
So passive, woke up them asses. The I was roused, they put on their glasses. The I was gone, today reread the tablet. I am just a human doing shit you can't fathom.
Podcast with me, your host, Scooter, aka the Funky Grandpa. This is Coffee and Condoms, and you are tuning into the newest podcast going down. It's bananas. I am your host, the Funky Grandpa, aka Scooter.